Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Network 27. I'm Alderman Walter Burnett, Alderman of the 27th Ward. First of all, I want to thank everyone for watching the show. Please tell your neighbors and friends about Network 27. As you know, Network 27 is a show that we put together to inform people about things that's going on in the 27th Ward, but also in the city of Chicago. I'd like to thank everyone who worked with us on the Stay in School picnic. All of the young people had a great time. Unfortunately, we got rained out at the end, but everyone ate, got school supplies, rode on rides, rode on little horses and played with animals and all of those great things that we do at the picnic. I'd like to thank all of the volunteers who helped us, Neighbors of River West. A couple of churches came out and helped us. I'd like to thank everyone who contributed to the picnic. We couldn't do it without everyone's help. It takes a village to raise a child. It was very motivating to see the young people. Some had just got school supplies from another place, came over there, got some more school supplies. I'm like excited to see young people wanting to be prepared for school. I think that's great and exciting, and I also appreciate all of the family members coming out to support the young people. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking a little bit about history and a little bit about culture. As you all know, a lot of things come from culture. I'm the former chairman of the Committee of Special Events and Cultural Affairs, so I know a little bit about culture, but also I know that culture is something that inspires people to come up with ideas and produce things that's a part of our present, and also it helps our future. I always think about when I was a little kid, when I was a child, how we used to draw all these different little cars that looked like they were space cars and everything. And you know, and I look at some of the cars today, some of those cars look like those cars we used to draw. You know, because back when I was young, most of the cars were boxed and square.
Right.
Now they like flying saucers, you know. So I think people are inspired by art and by culture, and I think it's a great thing. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we have a gentleman with us who happens to be an artist, but it sounds like he has a touch of being a historian. He has a great project going on with the city and CTA, and I'm going to allow him to tell you about that project. But first, let me introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nick Fury.
Fury.
Yes. Nick, thank you very much for coming on to the show.
You're welcome.
Why don't you tell the audience who Nick Fury is? Did I say that right? Fury?
Fury.
Fury.
Yeah, Fury.
Nick Fury.
Yeah,
okay,
Nick.
All right, Nick. Sorry about that.
No problem. Yes, I'm an artist. I've been an artist ever since I can remember. I remember when my grandmother brought me a Lego set when I was 4 years old, so I wanted to be an architect. So from that point on, I would build and just build. I wouldn't play with any other of my toys except for my Lego. So my grandmother, mother, and father saw something in me, and they kind of pushed for me to take art classes. So throughout school, I took a lot of art classes. I took a lot of drafting classes in high school. And then when my creativity went beyond what an architect could do, then I switched over to graphics. So I took all the graphics classes in high school. I completed all of those, and then the art teacher had to create projects for me and create art classes for me separately. So I took all the special classes and took all the special art classes that he created for me, and I maxed out of all of those, and then he had to create some more special projects for me. So within a combination of architecture, graphics, and fine arts, I kind of created my own sense, which leads to this project right here. So what this project consists of 20 pieces that's going to be installed on the CTA Green Line, Ashland Lake train station, And what they're going to depict is the architecture of that time. So what I mean by that, there's only 2 stations that are on the Green Line that reflect the Queen Anne style of architecture. One is the Garfield Park Conservatory, the other is the Ashland and Lake train station.
So tell us, how did you find that out?
Just by being a CTA fan, so I do a lot of research related to CTA. 99.9% of my art relates to the CTA.
Is that right?
Yes. I have a lot of work in here. I have other portfolios. Majority of my projects are related to CTA. And that's just because I remember times when my mother would take me on the bus, and I was so fascinated with all the things that related to the CTA, not only the traveling aspect, but the way, the details, how the windows were shaped. I remember the windows would slide. They had those oval kind of peel looking windows, if you all can still remember those kind. So I was really into details, even the pull cherry automatic stop where the bus would stop. So I was looking at the lights to see how they were constructed and things like that. So from that point all the way until the 80s, which I kind of started off as into graffiti or getting involved into that. But then as...
What do you mean getting involved in graffiti? You're not one of those graffiti guys, are you?
Oh, no.
I was going we caught one. Caught him up.
No.
This is the one.
Oh. No, but that was
graffiti?
A subculture that started off in New York. And there are a lot of different aspects that are in the hip hop culture. Graffiti just happens to be one of them.
Yeah.
There are different aspects. There's the DJing part, there's the breakdancing part, there's the MCing, and then there's the art part. So
right.
I'm on the artistic side of it. So from doing certain projects and doing murals and doing certain commissions for people and going to school, and then that kind of leads me to my style of work right now. So a lot of it.
So this is how you got into CTA, by seeing the trains.
Exactly, by just being a true fan of it, by riding the CTA ever since I was little. I remember being on 63rd near Halstead, 63rd near Stony Island.
So what made you dove into finding out the history of the architecture?
For this particular project? Well, since 99.9% of my work relates to the CTA, I just wanted to bring this particular project to the forefront so people can learn, or so people know that the CTA is just not a means of transportation. A lot of people just wake up, take the CTA, the train or the bus from home to work. They don't think about anything. People don't look at anything. They're texting, they're on their cell phones, they're reading a newspaper, sleeping. They're doing everything except looking to see what is involved. There's a little bit more that's involved than just, oh, hey, I'm gonna wake up, go to work, take the train, take the bus, after work, do the exact same thing. So there's a little bit more that's involved in the CTA. So it's a very instrumental means of transportation and part of history when it relates to Chicago.
So you were inspired by the CTA stations, and you did some history on the architecture.
Exactly.
Of the Lake and Ashland stop, the actual building.
Yeah.
I'm sure you appreciate the trains, but you appreciate the stops where people stop at.
Exactly.
And then you also looked at the one by the conservatory, Garfield Park Conservatory.
Right.
So you said that both of these stops have the St. Anne architecture?
Yeah, exactly.
So St. Anne architecture is from what, England?
Yeah, exactly. So these two particular train stations are almost identical. Of course, there's some changes because they had to update them. They had to accommodate for certain things or whatever. But they both have the same style. They both have the same architecture and everything.
So when you talk about style and architecture, what distinguish them as a St. Anne, London architecture? What is it? Is it the peak of the roofs? What is it? What distinguishes them? The windows?
Right, exactly. So in some of my artwork right here that will be on display on the train station. So here's one piece right here. So if I was standing on one of the train stations facing the downtown, this is sort of across. So here's a train right here, and then you can see the top right here. So they have these real detailed topper pieces. And here's another one right here. So this is me of down on street level, and I'm looking up at the angle. So you can see there's like these cross hatchings or these really intricate and really detailed kind of architectural style.
Mm-hmm.
So here's another one right here. So if I was on the stop and I'm looking directly across.
So what you do, you take so I see you have all of these dark backgrounds,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have what you use, a white marker or something? What's so unique about your style of art?
Okay, so what's unique about it is that I'm using correction tape.
You use correction
I
tape.
use correction tape.
So correction tape is the tape you use when you write something wrong and you so it's almost like whiteout.
Exactly.
Okay, so you use whiteout tape.
Exactly.
So you drew these, you designed these with whiteout tape.
Exactly.
Wow.
So first what I do, I take the photograph and then I draw it onto whatever piece, whether it's going to be wood, canvas, or paper, and then I outline it with the correction tape. So some pieces or some parts of the drawing that I'm using the correction tape may be improvised, because when I draw it, I just draw just a basic outline or just a basic form.
So how long have you been using correction tape?
Since 2002.
Is that right?
Right.
What made you just use correction tape?
Actually, I kind of I discovered it on accident. Like
you
a lot.
Trying to write something out and you're like, oh, that looked nice.
Actually, I was working on another piece of artwork, and I had that tool, and I just said, well, let me just see what this can do. So I played with it a little while. It's a tool that's hard to control. So it's almost controlling you. So now I can control the tool. But when you first pick it up, it's exactly what you're saying. You just use it, oh, okay, I made a mistake. Let me just wipe the word out, put it back in the typewriter or whatever you're going to correct with, and then it's corrected, and then that's it. So I like to experiment and play around with different mediums or whatever besides the paintbrush, even though I know how to paint and I know how to draw. I know how to use the pen and ink very well or whatever, but I like to take it beyond and kind of challenge myself to see how far I can go with art.
So it looked like you like a lot of lines, angles, right?
Exactly. So I guess this is my architecture, or the fact that I wanted to be an architect since I was 4 years old. So this is my way of bringing a lot of things that I like together. So I like architecture, I like graphic work, I like fine art work, and I like to CTA. So right now, this is the work that I'm currently working in. So I'm bringing all of those things together versus separating them. Okay, here's my architecture drawings, here are my CTA drawings, here's my graphic work, here's my fine art work. So I have combined all of these things that I like together to create one piece.
So you're gonna do this. You're gonna display it on the CTA tracks. You're gonna do it right when you go. I don't know, what do you call these buildings when you go into them? The stations.
Yeah. Yes.
Go on
the station.
You're gonna display these in the stations.
So actually, they're going to be displayed on the station, but they're going to be physically attached to the railing. So if you would go to the train station October 1st, then you will see them. They're going to be 20 of them, and they're just going to be attached throughout different areas of the CTA.
How long are they going to be there?
For the until October 1st until October 31st.
And why? What's the significance of October 1st and October 31st?
Well, it's a program through the city called the Chicago Artist Month, which starts September 27th and it ends on October 31st.
So Chicago Artist Month is a program which is worked in coordination with Cultural Affairs.
Exactly.
Where they give artists opportunities to display their art all over the city, right, for a certain period of time.
Exactly.
But every artist in the city don't get to do that. How do you qualify to do it?
Well, you have to apply, so you would go to their website and you have to fill out information, and then you have to submit a proposal for a project. So it has to be approved by DCASE, and then I guess you have to team up with another business or another non-for-profit organization or some other type of gallery, artist, or so forth. So my particular project related to the CTA, so I wanted to incorporate the CTA. So the DCASE needed to approve the project, and the CTA also needed to approve the project. So I got the green light. So I created 20 pieces, and they're going to be installed.
How big are they going to be?
All pieces are going to be 18 by 24. That's in inches.
So are those pieces, those are large pieces, are those pieces going to be actual whiteout on them? Or did you take a print from something you did with whiteout and blow it up?
They're original pieces, so they're going to be on plywood. Since they're going to be outside, so whether it rains, snow, if it snows in October, whatever type of conditions, it's just going to take it. So they're actually going to be pieces exactly this size. So this is 18 by 24. So these pieces are on paper, but they're going to look almost identical. So the size is going to be the same, and first I sanded the plywood, primed it, painted it with the background color, drew on it, and then I used the correction tape. So these are going to be original pieces.
The actual correction tape is going to be up there?
Yes.
So you're not worried about no one trying to take the correction tape off?
I've done some tests before, so it adheres pretty well. Also, there are 5 layers of protective coating that's on there.
So you're gonna put coating over it? Okay, all right.
Right.
Because you know how some of baby kids are.
I know.
I
know.
They have it all on their face. And
yeah.
stuff. Like, where you get that stuff on you, boy? I got it off the painting that was on the train track.
No, but yeah, it's on there. It's on there pretty good. And then also, when I was doing the project, the CTA also asked me, in the case of someone defacing it or doing something to it,
but you put it back.
What do I want to happen? I said, well, if someone writes something offensive, of course, remove it. But if someone puts a sticker on there, like a happy face sticker on it or something like that, then leave it up there. It kind of adds more character.
All right, so I'm
to the artwork.
Up there and put my name.
You're going to start campaigning on
on your
there.
sign.
Put a campaign stick on there.
Yeah, that's re-elect Alderman Washington. Put my logo on there. Man,
Put a logo on
they
there.
be like, Alderman Burnett drew these, man. I didn't know he was an artist. So, so that's cool. So they picked you. How many artists across the city is going to be doing this Artist Month?
I think they're in the program right here. I think they're going to be 200, 250
200 artists.
to,
And it's
to
different type of
300.
art. It's not just portrait art. There's musical art.
Yeah, there's music. There's
acting.
yeah, exactly. Performances.
Performances. all
There's
types,
all
all over the city.
Exactly.
And it's all free for people in the city. to
Exactly.
go to. But tell me this. So, how much money you getting paid to do this?
Well, this project.
You on the front
Yeah,
cover
I'm on the
of
front.
the,
Yeah.
wow. Go ahead.
The project is funded 100% by me. I bought all the materials.
You're not getting reimbursed for any of this? You're just donating this to the city?
Exactly.
Wow. You must be rich.
Well, after the project is over, October 31st, well, I would like the CTA to keep them up permanently. It would be nice if they will, but it's scheduled to come down on the 31st. So, but it still would be nice if they kept them up there.
But the city and CTA all, and especially the culture fairs, all have budgets for art.
Yeah.
So they have art all over the city. But who knows? Maybe you get recognized, and maybe
Exactly.
they decide to put you on.
Mm-hmm.
So, Nick, I think this is great, man.
Thank you.
So tell me, so you do this. Is this all you do? Because I know a lot of artists do something else.
Have other jobs or
Right.
whatever. Currently, right now, I just do art 100%. So this is something that I'm real passionate about.
Do you sell your art?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
So how much would a piece like this cost?
So a piece like this would be, depending on the subject matter and the size, and then how much correction tape I'm going to use, they can range anywhere from 800 to 1200. There are smaller pieces that I have that are 13 by 19 in the same subject matter with the same medium using correction tape. Those may run anywhere from 600 to 800.
So what would you call this type of art? Would you call it expressionism, impressionism?
It's graphic. A lot of people have a lot of different terms for graphic.
So what does this train do? Coming in somebody's window, or right outside someone's window?
You know what? That's a good question. Actually, this series is separate from the series that's going to be displayed on the CTA train station. So this series is considered my noise pollution series. So in the 90s, I lived on the 1500 block of Milwaukee Avenue. So if anyone is familiar with that area, that's in Wicker Park, and the train runs directly behind that particular area on the 1500 block. So from 1514 all the way till, I think, maybe at the end of the block, maybe 1580. So the train runs directly behind every one of those buildings. So I had a lot of friends over there, a lot of artists in that area. So we would go into the units, into their lofts or their apartments, and it would always have the exact same scene where I used to live at. So I used to live on the 1500 block. So this series depicts you being inside of any one of those units on the 1500 block, and the train is running directly behind it. So this is one right here, and you can see these are just different ones right here.
So you like the living room. You like those big pillows on your couches.
Yeah,
That's
so
unique, man. So I mean, that's a lot of vision to be able to project. You know, that you're looking out a window, you're looking at a train, you're looking through the train's windows. You know, I mean, it's a lot of vision right there.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So there are a couple of them that are like this. So I'm gonna just page
you got
through.
the papers on the table.
Yeah, exactly.
The pillows, the light stand.
Mm-hmm.
What's this?
Uh,
A music thing?
this is another lamp right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you can see exactly what you're describing. So you're picking up those key details: the table, newspaper, lamp, pillows, and they're pretty much all in that same.
So what's
in that
this?
same
This
way.
is like a roof?
This would be like the person would have maybe like a long curtain type blind.
Oh, right over the blinds.
Yeah, right over that. They have those balances or whatever. So
this your noise pollution in someone's house.
Exactly.
So okay.
Mm-hmm. So they're just different ones.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just see, like you're saying,
this is great.
yeah, you're picking out certain elements of living or whatever.
Free. You're sharing this with the city of Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
right? But you're getting some exposure at the same time.
Exactly.
So you even put it on light backgrounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these are just some different color paper.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, these are just black, and I'm maintaining like in the gray tone.
and the black and
Yeah.
the beige.
Because one thing that I notice is that there's certain colors where this shows up very well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, of course, the black, there's a lot of contrast.
So how big would they be? You say 18 by 24?
Yeah, the inches,
So
inch-wise.
What would that be? Oh, inches.
Yeah, inches,
so
yeah.
How big would that? I mean,
Yeah,
this size?
it would be exactly this size.
So exactly this size.
Mhm.
You're going to have about 20 of them up?
Yeah, there are going to be 20 of them that are going to be installed.
Do you
yeah.
have names for these renderings, for these pieces?
Yes.
Each of them have a name? So is it going to be a name and a description of the pieces that you're going to show?
Exactly. So this is just a smaller version of 20 pieces that's going to be displayed. So it just goes from Ashland Lake 1 all the way through 20.
So it's going to be on Ashland Lake and also on, is it also going to be on Garfield in the Garfield Park? Not Garfield Park.
The
Conservatory?
No, we're just going to be on Ashland, the Ashland and Lake train station.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, so generally what happens is, and I had this book for Artist Month,
Mm-hmm.
people try to go to the different events on the different days and see things. Hopefully a lot of people will be coming over to the Ashland and Lake spot to see your artwork.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to
see what you're about. And
yeah.
I think, I think, a lot of art enthusiasts do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they discover new art and even come up with a lot of different ideas. And I think this is great.
Good.
I think this is wonderful. And it may even inspire some young folks.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm. So I think your explanation of the St. Anne architecture is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think when people go up into the L station, they think about any of that stuff.
Exactly.
So I think having something expressing that,
Mm-hmm.
not only artistically but literally with literature, saying, your explanation. So is your history like up there when you do the art also?
Working with the CTA, I think they're going to give a description of the project and the Chicago Artist Month program.
I think the St. Anne history piece is a very interesting spin on this. I think it's something that, right down the street there's a landmark building, a church, which I go to, First Baptist Congregational Church. So it'd be interesting. And then that park right there, Union Park, is a historical park also.
Oh, you know what? You mentioned that.
And I think all that stuff can tie in. So you may get not only architectural, artistic people, enthusiasts wanting to come and look at this, but you may even inspire some architectural.
Yeah, and then you mentioned
historic people.
The church that's down the street. This is the top of it right here. Yeah. So this is me on the platform.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
That's unique.
And I noticed that because it sort of has the same style.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of
And
wondering.
that's what I was thinking. It has the same style as the peaks on the train.
When I was standing on the train station, going around and taking pictures, I noticed that.
Maybe it's the same architect.
Yeah.
Do you know who the architect was?
No, I don't know who the architect. But yeah, these are the very tops, and throughout different locations of the train station, that's where that Queen Anne style is coming
so
up.
if people want to find out more about this, I know Artist Month has a website.
Yes, they can anyone can log on chicagoartistmonth.org, or they can just Google it or search it and make sure that they put the date 2014, because
They have a lot of history.
exactly.
And then they can find out about all of the different events going on across the city of Chicago.
Exactly.
All of the different displays that's going on across the city of Chicago. Fantastic. And so you're going to put yours up on October the 1st.
Yeah, October 1st is
So
when it's
is it
going
going
to
to
be
be an
displayed.
unveiling? Like, are people going to be there to celebrate the unveiling of your
I want it to be a ribbon cutting.
ribbon cutting?
Yeah, but I just think it's going to be that's just the official day. It's just going to be open. CT and I are going
So
to
I
install.
know that generally Artists Month usually do some type of a press event for the opening of Artists Month. You don't, and sometimes they use a different something to signify that. You don't know what they're going to be using this year?
I know that this brochure is going to be in the New City newspaper. So I believe there may be 65,000 of these printed
Across the city.
Yeah, across the city and throughout.
This city is so blessed. This city is so blessed.
I know.
I mean, we're so blessed to have so much free culture in this city. I mean, you doing this for free.
For free, yeah. This is a free project.
All these people doing this for free.
Yeah.
Right? And people can go see it for free.
Exactly.
I mean, that's a wonderful thing. I mean, you know, I tell you, if I was a retired person and on a fixed income, I just hop on, get my bus card, man, and go start going.
Oh, and start going around? Yeah.
You can entertain. I used to tell my kid, I'm like, look, man, you don't have to spend a lot of money to take your girl out.
Oh, yeah, you can do a lot of things.
Get you one of these books and go to some
Garfield Park Conservatory is free,
so
yeah.
He used to go to the museums and stuff.
Yeah,
And
Lincoln Park Zoo is free.
And the young ladies were like, it's different. You know? Yeah. So there's a lot of free things here in the city of Chicago where people can just enjoy themselves, get some culture, get inspired. You know, art is about inspiring.
Exactly.
When you see art, you can get inspired and come up with different ideas for everything. I mean, for life, for work, for designing something. I mean, it's just culture is very important. In a progressive world, you know, if you want to progress and continue to grow, you know, just think if the kids never drew those space cars. What would we
Right,
do?
exactly. And if you really think about it,
if they didn't copy, they copied off my cars.
Oh, they copied
man.
off of your cars.
Off my cars. Man. Tell them I look at those cars.
So yeah, you touched on something that made me think about this, and I kind of bring this up every now and then when I'm speaking to someone about art. Everything that we touch or everything that we use on a daily basis, a designer or artist had to draw it. Even the cup that you're holding right now, someone had to design that. Someone had to measure it. Even as something as a pencil or a pen, you think, oh, this is just a simple thing, but someone had to design that to make the mold. So everything that we're touching, using, seeing, at some point there had to be some type of designer with some type of artistic background that can physically draw to make the mold or to make something so it can go into some type of like manufacturing process. So it's all around us.
Well, it's no surprise that in history you had people who were philosophers,
Right.
artists, and scientists,
Mm-hmm.
right? They were all in one.
Right.
Back, I mean, when you go back and with the Greeks and all those
Mhm.
folks, they're doing all three of them,
Yeah.
and it's all interrelated, you know. Philosophers, so some parts of art is part of philosophy, some
Right.
parts of science is part of philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you listen to some of the inventors and the scientists, you listen to some of their formulas. Some of their formulas are even philosophical.
Exactly.
You know, every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that same guy who said that was, you know, philosophers,
Right.
artists, and scientists.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all interrelated. We just need to recognize it as a culture, and a society without culture is a dead society. So I think this is great.
Good.
I appreciate your contribution to the city of Chicago.
Thank you.
I'm very excited that it's in the 27th ward.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Now you're going to make me take the train a little more.
Okay.
Just to come up and see your art. You know,
Okay.
I got to get my what you call that card? The
Get a venture card.
adventure card.
Yeah.
I have one, but I got to get a venture card.
You got to get it updated.
Yeah, put some money on my
Put
venture
some- okay.
card. Yeah, and check it out. And I like to say to the audience out there, not only check out the art on Lake and Ashland, but find one of these books,
Mm-hmm.
or look on the internet. Go to ChicagoArtistMonth.com 2014. There's a lot of great things happening across the city, and you can have a good time and enjoy yourself. Check it out. All these artists are volunteering. They're
Yes.
doing stuff for free, and a lot of times they end up becoming folks that the city use
Mm-hmm.
to pay for different things too.
Exactly.
So there's an opportunity for the artists to get exposed, but there's also an opportunity for us to get some free culture
Yeah.
and entertainment and enjoy ourselves. So please take advantage of it. I'd like to thank my guest, Nick Fury.
Fury. Yeah.
Nick Fury. Nick, you know, Hyde Parker, doing this, been in Hyde Park all his life, contributing. Came in here to see me to make
Yeah.
sure it was okay to do it in the ward on the train. I'm like, man, this is great. You need to tell everybody about this. I'm very excited that Artist Month is doing something, is displaying something here in the 27th ward. And I'm sure there's a couple of other things in our ward that are going to be displayed. And they have several things going on every day from October the 1st until October the 30th. So the next month, or this month, is going to be a very exciting and busy month for everyone in the city of Chicago to be able to see these things. And hopefully this will attract folks from across the Midwest in the region to come and see these things happening in the city of Chicago.
Exactly.
So Nick, if people wanted to get in touch with you, if they were interested in your art, if they wanted to see any shows that you have or displays that you have, what would they do? Or even if they wanted you to come and teach some kids how to do this. I mean, this is a unique way of doing art.
Yes. Well, they can contact me through my email, which is nfpen1@gmail.com. I don't want to give out my phone number right now, but if they can just email me, that'd be great, with some details and about a future project or any type of speeches or some type of artistic instructions, demonstrations. I've done lectures before, so I'm pretty familiar with that, with those procedures, and they can contact me in that way for right now.
Fantastic. Well, I think CTA should use you more.
Thank you. That sounds good.
Not only CTA, but I think even the train, Amtrak and Metro and all of those folks. I think they should look into your art.
Good.
Nick, I want to thank
you.
you very much for coming on, and thank you for sharing this with the city of Chicago.
Okay.
The folks from 27.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thank
to
you very much.
All right, fantastic.
Okay.
Good job.
Okay.
Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for watching Network 27. I'm Alderman Walter Burnett. I'd like to thank my guest, Nick Ferry, for coming on and showing us what's happening at Artist Month. Please take advantage of it. Enjoy yourselves and have a good time. God bless you, and thank you for watching.